into it. So the first one, the first question I got was, not gonna lie, these questions low-key bored me because like, why are people saying that some cholo or things like that? Like guys, like. Hi guys, my name is Andile Njana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Clock it, clock it, clock it. Anyways, welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome. And if you are a new subby, you know, it's me, yes PM. Yes, ma'am, you better clock it. You better clock it. Anyways, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. As you can see on the title, today I am doing a Get to Know Me tag in celebration of 200 subscribers. Yes, ma'am, yes, PM. We clocked in 200 subscribers in the beginning of this month. In the beginning of this month, I don't want my phone to reflect, and I should put my phone probably on DND. Hold on. Yes. Anyways, on the 3rd of June, crazy how I'm only filming this like 3 weeks. Is it 3 weeks later? Hold on. Yes. 3 weeks later, I am filming a Get to Know Me tag in celebration of 200 subscribers. Anyways, on the 3rd of June, we clocked in 200 subscribers, which is wild because that's like a month and a half of... No, yes, on the 10th of June, almost 2 months ago, now 2 months ago, but on the 3rd of June, it was like almost 2 months ago, I clocked in 100 subscribers. And a month and a couple of weeks later, 2-3 weeks later, I clocked in 200 subscribers. Yes, 200 subscribers. And as I said, and I promised that I will be doing a Get to Know Me tag when we reach 200 subscribers. So this video will be a Get to Know Me tag. Also, I just want to say, I did not think, okay, I should stop moving. I did not think that you guys were actually so interested in my, I don't know, dating life or whatever. The amount of questions I got. Why? Before we start, can we start there? Why are you guys so interested in whether I'm dating or not? Whether I have a crush or not? Whether I'm seeing someone or not, whether I'm talking to someone at the moment or not. You forget that information. You forget that. Anyways, so let's start off the questions. I did not section these questions. So it's literally going to be... Okay, I'm from Picky Mabilani because I'm not good with Picky Mabilani. But let's start with the most interesting question. Right. One of the questions I loved was, tell us more about... Hold on, let me do this first. Am I recording? I hope I am. Hold on. Okay, let me start with this one. It says, tell us more about your walk with Christ. Would love to see more of that on your channel. Alright, so I might share. I don't know. I feel like, first of all, I would love to actually share. I'd love to actually share about my walk with God, my journey. But for me, it's kind of like a sacred thing, like an intimate thing. But where I will share it, I will share it. Either way, so tell us more about your walk with Christ. So my walk with Christ isn't easy, to be quite honest. It definitely has its ups and downs. I would say it's like any type of relationship you have with people, but that will be your own perspective relationship with people. But for me, it's kind of like the relationship I have with my mom. It's not always like rosy, like we're best friends. Obviously we do bicker, we do argue, we do fight, and well, not physically, but like you know how it is. You know how it is. Like it's not always besties. You know, sometimes I'm just like, hey, mama, you know, and my mom is like, Zakshai, Zakshaya Andile. So I feel like my walk with Christ is similar like that. Like it's ups and downs. There are highs and there are highs. I don't know. I don't know how to put it. Child, I don't know how to put it. I honestly don't know how to put it. It's it's good though. It's worth it. But I think one thing I didn't know quite well or didn't think about is how I viewed my walk with Christ before actually like going deep into it. I thought that okay, I'm gonna give my life to Christ, like I'm gonna devote my time to God, and I thought it will be rainbows, sunshine, sunflowers. I thought it's going to be like vibes, you know, like no worries, no problems, no stress. Obviously, there was going to be that, but I didn't think it would be as like now, you know. Um, at first, I thought I saw my journey with Christ in 2022. However, I I started it and everything was like flowing. Like I was flowing until my grandmother passed away, and I fell back to my old ways. And I kind of think that my grandmother's passing was also like a wake up call to me saying that wasn't a walk with Christ. I was doing that walk alone. But now, after my grandmother and I fell back to my old ways, um, I gave my life to Christ. I haven't gotten baptized. I will. However, it was something like, how would I say it? Like, that's when I started walking with Christ. That's when I started my walk with Christ. I realized that dying to your old self, not doing the things you used to do before walking with Christ or giving your life to Christ, I realized that it's very hard because the flesh and yeah, sometimes you want to go back to old ways. You want to do things that you know you're not supposed to do. You want to you want to go back to old ways. And walking with Christ, it's like you can't do that. You have to differentiate. Are you either for the world or for the word? um do you do things, it's like, do I do things to please God or do I do things to please the world? And it's like, now that I'm doing things to please God, that are for God, it's hard because it's like I can't see God physically here, and it's like people are here physically, so I would want to please those that I see physically. And but I'm always reminded that but they're not gonna do anything for me, that's not gonna save me or whatever. But yeah, it's like walking with God isn't easy, but it's worth it. Hey, there are good and bad times. The times where I literally cry and I'm like, God, I can't do this anymore. And the times I'm like, clock it. You know, there are times I'm like, clock it. This is it. Like me and God, best friends. Here's my dad. Here's my dad. But my walk with Christ obviously isn't smooth sailing. But I will share more about it as time goes on. Okay, next question. Who are your best guy friends? I don't have best guy friends. Moving from how my walk is with Christ to this is kind of wild. But anyways, I don't have guy best friends. Yeah. No, I don't. Again, this is not section in like sections as in this questions, like this is the section I'm just reading, okay? I'm new to this, I'm not true to this yet, I'm just new to it, okay? The third question is, how do you juggle school, life in general, and content creation? Sana, not well. I don't know. I really don't juggle it well. First of all, I'm not a multitasker. I'm not good at multitasking, to be quite honest. So it's kind of hard. So it's a thing of, if I'm focused on school, I'm focused on school. Like, I'm not gonna create content, I'm not gonna record, I'm not gonna edit anything. And then it's like, if I'm vlogging, I'm gonna focus on that. Like, I'm going to put my energy and my all in that. And if it's school, I'll put my energy and all into school. So it's juggling it is not easy, to be quite honest. I'm still trying to find, not a schedule, but I'm still trying to find what works for me and how I can juggle everything. But I'm praying on that, actually. I am praying on that. I'm praying on that, because Sana, it's not good. But yeah, not good. I'm not juggling it well. I'm not juggling school, life in general, and content creation well. It's still something I need to pray about and ask God to give me the strength. So yeah. And then next question is, have you always wanted to be a YouTuber? Where did your love for content creation stem from? Yes, I'd say always, because now it's been 4 years. From 2021, when I actually did start watching YouTube, I was like, I'd actually like to do this. And honestly, I'm a yapper. I'm someone who talks a lot. Ask my friends, my family. There are times where I talk, and my mom doesn't answer me anymore. And I'm like, Mama, sing kulma, like, Mama, sing a. She's like, no. I'm like, okay, ngitheni. Athi phinda futhi. I'm like, yabona, mom, yabona. So it's kind of like, I really like talking. And honestly, even before starting YouTube, I would have conversations. I feel like everyone does, but for me, I'd have conversations with myself. When I'm in my room, I'll talk a lot alone. My mom would look at me side eye. She'd give me the side eye. I'm like, girl, I've been quiet for a very long time. I need to talk. Okay, I need to move my mouth, like, yes. But it started 2021, and what was once a thought and once an idea and once conversations is kind of like now a reality, because here I am actually with the YouTube channel and 200 plus subscribers. So yeah, I'd say I always wanted to be a YouTuber. I was scared of it. At first, I was like, I need to get good quality camera or whatever. And I purchased this phone last year. And I was like, maybe I'll be a YouTuber in like the next 2 years. And then December, I just decided to start. Well, I opened my, actually, this month marks a year that I've opened the account. I've opened my YouTube account. But I only promoted it in December of last year on the 6th. Yeah. Well, I promoted it on my WhatsApp. I launched it on my WhatsApp on the 6th of December, and then I finally launched it on Instagram on the 10th of December. And crazy how we're here now. So where did my love for content creation stem from? I feel like, as I've said, I think just being able to like talk, and because also I'm someone who literally loves capturing moments. So I think I feel like for me that's the thing, like being able to capture moments and then share it with people, and whether they like it or not, I'm just like, yeah. Next question. Favorite YouTubers. McKenna Walker, let's just start there. Love her down. Okay, McKenna Walker, Boipelo Masego, Ntokozo Hlatshwayo, and Mabatho Thebe. Mabatho Thebe is who's Mabi. I'll put the YouTube. I'll do that sliding thing, But 4 favorite YouTubers is McKenna Walker, Boipelo Masego, Ntokozo Hlatshwayo, and Mabatho Thebe. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your surname wrong. I think it's Thebe though. Hold on, let me check. Let me check my girls. She's Marby. Yeah, Mabatu Tebe. Yes. So yes. Those are my 4 favorite YouTube. Oh, and namhla ma bombo. Where andile? Sashaiwa when. Yes, namhla ma bombo. Yes, 5 actually. So Makena Walker, Boipilo Masego, Ntokozo Hlatshwayo, Mabatu Tebe, and namhla ma bombo. Forgive me please if I misspelled your surname and name. And then can mean in a relationship, guys. So the next question is, what's interesting about being a SDA Seventh-day Adventist, and would you recommend that church to anyone? What's interesting about it? I think what people find interesting about being Seventh-day Adventist is that I go to church on Sabbath, which is Saturday. People ask, oh, do you go to church? Yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. They're like, what's that? Oh, yes, some of them are like, what's that? I'm like, Seventh-day Adventist. We go to church on Sabbath. They're like, oh, Sabbath? Sunday? I'm like, no, Saturday. That's interesting. I'm like, yeah. You know, the 7th day, the Lord rested on the 7th day. And then it becomes a whole discussion, obviously. People are like, but isn't it Sunday? But that's a whole discussion on its own. And then would I recommend that church to anyone? Honestly, I would. Yeah, I would. Honestly, when someone is like, I don't have a church, usually I'm like, do you want to come to church with me? Usually I offer, do you want to come to church with me? We can go to church. One thing about me, Sana, I will invite you to church also. I will invite you. I'll call you and be like, hey, what are you doing Saturday? If you're not doing anything, do you want to come to church? If you're feeling down and you're having a bad week, I'll actually be like, don't you want to come to church with me this Saturday? So I would recommend that church to anyone. However, I know some people are like, but Saturday I'm busy, nani. So number 1, I'd recommend people to actually pray for a church. If you don't have a church, I'd recommend you to pray to God to lead you to a good church. Don't just, because there are some churches out there which are just not of God, but I definitely would recommend Isawata, and not because like I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. I think like the teachings of it, you know, and how you grow and you actually get taught about like the 7th day, like, because for me in primary and high school, I was the like only one who would go to church on Saturdays, right? Most of my friends would go to church on Sundays. So I'd be like, why am I going to church on Saturday? Can't I go to church like on Sunday with my friends? And then like at church, they actually teach you at a very young age what the Sabbath is, the Sabbath truth, and why Saturday is the Sabbath day. So yes, I would recommend it. Next question. Okay, the next question is, what is the most interesting thing you do every day that keeps yourself going? Pray. Yeah. Prayer. Yeah, prayer. Definitely. That's one thing that I do every day that keeps me sane and keeps me going. Literally is to pray. Having a bad day, I pray. I'm crying, I pray. I'm happy, I'm praying. I'm chilled, I pray. I'm praying. Like, I think that's the same thing that keeps me going. Obviously sometimes I would like pick up the phone and like call my friends or text my friends. And then one thing I love about my friends is, especially Ukira, she would say, did you pray about it first? Did you talk to God about it first? And I'm like, because I could like be happy, or like I received a good message, like something great, and then I'm already sharing it with my friends, and it's like I need to pray and thank God for it first, you know. Or if I'm having a bad day, I'll pick up the phone, text my friends, call my friends, and be like, Andy, go in their parish, and they go in their locate. My friends will be like, she'll be like, did you pray about it first? So that's one interesting thing about me that I do every day that keeps me going, is to pray. My mom told me well, and it's so crazy because when I was young, I would tell my mom, yo mama yazilena nan, and my mom would be like, how about Tandas? And I'd be like, do you even love me? Because being young and just being told, pray about it, you kind of don't understand the power of prayer. Well, personally, I didn't understand the power of prayer at that age, like at the age of 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Well, not until 2023, might I add. Not until 2023 that I actually understood the the power of prayer. But it was always a thing of like when my mom would just like say prayer, I felt like she was dismissing me. She didn't care about my feelings or how I felt. But then looking back, it's like that's literally the solution to everything, and that's literally what keeps me going now. Pray in the present moment is praying, something that I do every single day. When I wake up, I pray, thanking God for keeping me through the nights, during the day. If something is happening, I'm praying, and obviously before sleeping. So yeah, that's what keeps me going. The next question is, do you see yourself starting a family in the future? If so, how many kids do you want? When would you want to get married and start having children? First of all, I'm just a baby. I'm 21. Actually, no, I'm 16. Starting a family, having kids is not what's in my box right now. But obviously, being a girl growing up, you always imagine yourself having a family. So yes, I do see myself obviously having a family of my own in the future. I want 5 kids. Yeah, I want 5 kids. I want a big family. I want a big family. I come from a very small family, so I really want a big family. But when would I want to get married and start having a family? Growing up, honestly, not gonna lie, I thought I'll be married by the age of 25. 12-year-old me was like, I'm gonna do 5 years. I was convinced. I'm like, I'm gonna get married when I'm 25, and now I'm just like, no, not 25. Not getting married at 25. Maybe I'll get married at 45. Who knows? Anyways, joking, but thinking about getting married and like having my own children is not, it's not where I am right now. That's something that I'm just like, I'll think about that in the next, how old am I? 21, turning 22. Okay, so basically I'm 22. So I'll think about that in the next 2, 4, 6 years. When I'm 10. Would I be thinking about marriage and children at the age of 28? I don't think so. Thing is, I want to be selfish, and be alone, like experience being alone and like having my own place, traveling alone, not having, that's the thing. But maybe I'll start thinking about marriage and kids in the next 5 years. I mean, 6 years. 5 years, yo. In the next 6 years, but and then take on friends. I love this. My take on friends is soulmates. Oh, guys, I love friends. I love friends. I love friendships. I love my friends. Personally, what I always say is, how there's this thing like pastor says, or like just older people say to people who just got married, they're like, marriage is like a triangle. So it's God on top, and then you and your spouse, like the husband and the wife at the end, and then you go up, and as you go up, you're getting closer to each other. But not only that, getting closer to God and meeting each other at the top with God. I view friendships like that. I feel like for me, it's me and my friends, or my friend, like each of them individually, in our friendships, like our relationship. For instance, me and Umbali, my best friend, it's God, me, Umbali, and you're on this journey of meeting each other at the top, but not only each other, but with God. Like me with Mbali, or Kingatile, or Kim, or Tembelihle, or Tami, like all of my friends. That's how I view my relationship with friends. And take on friends, I value friendships a lot. One thing about me, friendship heartbreaks. I've heard people talk about relationship heartbreaks. I'm like, yeah, a friendship heartbreak. Do you guys know having to grieve your friends for like a good 2 to 3 years. That was me. I lost two best friends. One of them just stopped talking, and the other one was because of something that happened, and I was like, okay, I don't want to be part of this. Is if you are going to view everything like this. But for me, I take friendships very, very seriously. I don't play. When it comes to friends, I do not play. My friendships, I take friendships very, very seriously. The next question is, if you could eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? It would definitely be uphuthu. Sanalwami, do I know how to make uphuthu? Not yet. I'm still gonna learn. But one thing I could eat for the rest of my life would definitely be uphuthu. Yeah. Then the next question is, are you an early person or more of an night owl? Neither. For me, I sleep early, I wake up late. I prefer it that way. I'm not gonna lie, like at 10 I'm sleeping. If I could sleep earlier than that, I would. And I'm not gonna wake up early, Shem. I can sleep at 10 p.m. and wake up at 9 a.m. Shame me all you want, guys. But still. But you know what's crazy? If I sleep late, I wake up early. That's my thing. Like if I sleep around 1 a.m., 2 a.m., by 7 a.m., latest 8 a.m., I'm awake. That's my thing. I don't know how, but the later I sleep, the earlier I wake up, right? And then the earlier I sleep, the later I wake up. I don't know. That's why, but yeah, I'm neither both. I'm not an early person or a night owl. No. Yeah, no. Yeah. Next question is, do you prefer breakfast, lunch, or dinner? I'd say breakfast. One thing about me, I do not play about my breakfast. Well, sometimes I do, and I just have chips for breakfast, which isn't okay. But in reality, well, this is reality, but it is in reality, I prefer breakfast. Lunch is not my thing. I usually skip lunch. I usually don't eat lunch, and then I do eat dinner. But dinner is sometimes like light, because usually I prefer having a heavier breakfast, and then I don't eat lunch. Even when I was still in high school and primary, obviously I'd have breakfast. I'll go to school. My mom packed lunch for me, but I'll come back with my lunch, because usually I don't eat my lunch box. I never ate my lunch box, and now it's still a thing that I don't eat lunch. But yeah, I'm more of a breakfast person. Next question is, describe Andile in 5 words. How many letters does my name have? My name has 6 letters. You're saying I should describe myself in 5 words. Why Ukipa A1 letter? Whoever asked the question. Now I'm gonna feel bad because the other letter of my name, because usually I'll say A, amazing, and for Nahas, D for what? Okay, we can take D. But why are we taking D out? Because I can say I for intelligent, L for lovable, E for enjoyment, But okay, describe me, okay, without using the letters. Describe Andile in 5 words. Emotional, number 1, very, and not because my name has an E, no, but emotional. I'm very, very, very emotional. Then I cry easily. One thing about me, ngizokhala. Oh, Asana, I will cry, okay? But Andile is emotional, kind, super kind, very helpful, helpful. Yeah, helpful. What else? Creative. I like to believe that I'm creative. And the last one, I don't know. So I said emotional, kind, helpful, creative, and pretty. This movie is pale and pretty. Yaiva. So I would describe myself, 5 words that I would describe myself as: emotional, kind, helpful, creative, and pretty. Clock the T is next question is: how are you so good at everything? I'm not. I don't know what you mean when you say I'm good at everything, but I'm not. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not good at everything. First of all, I never played any sports in high school. I tried netball when I was in grade 3. Ndabona ba ndabase ndayibona ba ndafise ndaqonda ba yabona le nam lenza kuyizama between netball nam no. Mina ne sports no. Mina ne sana. Me and sports sana. So I'm not good at everything. And I don't want to say I try to be, because I don't want to be good at everything. I don't think anyone is meant to be good at anything. So yeah, but thank you for the compliment. I'll just take it as a compliment. Okay, next question. And we'll get to the whole dating questions. I gave you most a teaser. I gave you a teaser. So, and then anyone you are missing right now? My granny, of course. She passed away 3 years ago now. Damn, 3 years ago. So yeah, that's the person I'm missing. And then laughing with you. The other question is, I don't know, question Lona, but we're chatting. The other one, I don't think this is a question. This is more of a compliment. Laughing with you is the best therapy. I know. And laughing with you too is the best therapy. Not gonna lie, I love laughing. Yes, but mawuhleka kakhulu uyanona. That's not nice. That's not nice. But idudla zihleka kakhulu. Idudla but idudla zidudla ngoba zihleka kakhulu. Okay, and at least we're happy. Anyways, and then one friend you are thankful for, Umbali. Oh, I'll always be thankful for my best friend. Sana, we've gone through a lot. Me and her, we've shared a lot. We've cried a lot. We laughed a lot. We fought a lot. Everything, man. Mbali is not even like a best friend. She's like a sister. That's the thing. So yeah, one friend I'll forever be thankful for is Umbali. And then, oh, this is a compliment. I love how confident you are. You better clock that. You better clock that. Not gonna lie, it took time for me to be confident as I am. Growing up, never confident. Do you know police? I'm saying, but I kiss up police primary. Okay, but stool, bicycle. What do you mean stool bicycle? Anyways, thanks for the compliments. And then the other one is more like statements. I miss you. I miss you too. Wow. I don't know who you are, but it means we spend a lot of time with each other. So I miss you too. I know this is one of my friends. Okay, I miss you too. All right, and then we now are getting into the am I dating questions. You guys asked me a lot of questions. You told me a lot of things. Okay, so the question is, are you single? Well, do you guys know that song? I love that song so much. Am I single? What are you going to do with that information? Okay, if I say yes, what are you going to do with that information? If I say no, what are you going to do with that information? Uzoyenzani? Tell me, what are you going to do? Am I single? Next question. Ngiyadlala. Am I single? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Do not ask me out though. Thank you very much. Who is my crush? No one. I don't have a crush. To know me is to know I don't have crushes. To be quite honest. Okay, this is the next question, which I was like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by... Someone said you are always with someone new. If you're gonna speak about dating, lapho shem angazwang bonapi no someone new, but you've got the wrong information. If you're gonna say I'm always with someone, like if that pertains to dating, abo ba labo someone new. I'd like to know actually. Abo ba labo someone new. Since Uti, I'm always with someone new. Because you can't say I'm always with someone new when you're talking about friends. Like, okay. And then this question was kind of like, but then afterwards I was like, actually, the question says you only pay attention to certain people. What do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean I only pay attention to certain people? Azange nafundiswa nge-stranger danger. Like stranger danger, you don't touch strangers. Like I only pay, like that's my thing. To certain people, what do you mean? Like and then I got a question saying you're so attractive. Soul with 3 O's. Thank you. Thank you. Next one is we should go watch a movie. You see, that's my thing. Number one, I'm not gonna say yes because I don't know who this is. But if I do know who this is, if this is one of my friends, thing is, my friends would never suggest us going to watch a movie because they know I'm not a movie girl. I'm not someone who can sit and watch a 2-hour movie. I can't even sit and watch a series and finish it. It takes me months. For instance, Scandal, Olivia Pope, I started watching it 2023. I think I'm on season 4. I'm not like 30. I last watched it last year. Again. Like, so this can't be my friend. So might as well we should go watch a movie. How about you just give me the money for the movies? Like, how about you just give me the money for the movies? You know? And I could buy a memory card. Or save up for a camera with that money, you know? Dating life. What about my dating life? What about it? Like, what about it? What about my dating life? What about it? I don't post about it, so what about it? You said dating life, question mark. Next question. Can we hang out soon? Stranger danger, guys. That's the thing. Stranger danger. Can we hang out soon? If it's a girl, yes. If it's a guy, no. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. Why? No. Can we hang out soon? Please show me. Please show me. But this is why I Lentabo Anonymous. I don't know if I like it because now I'm like, okay, but who are you? Because you could literally just be a genuine person, like a genuine guy. Yeah, well, but like, I really don't have luck with having genuine guy friends. So it always goes the other way. So hence I don't even have a guy best friend. Cause I'll have a friend who's a guy and be like, oh, Mpinchi, I'm skim some. Next thing you know, I like you. And I'm like, no, why? Why? Like, can't we be friends without liking each other? Like, can't you be my friend as a guy and not like me? Why? Like, when it comes to guys, I really don't have luck with having guy friends. So, if you're a guy and you're like, can we hang out soon? Please show me. Gishaka vibe. Thanks. And thanks. Anyways, who makes you nervous? No one. Like, who makes me nervous? No one. Yeah, no one. The next question is, I think my friend has a crush on you. Well, I think your crush. Yeah. I think your crush. Like, switch it off. Switch that crush off. Izaphelela lapho ngokuba abe ne-crush kum konke ezoyenzeka. Anyways, the next question is, I'm interested in what? Making money. Collaborating. Because also, why would you know? Because first of all, I don't even know you. So I'm not letting you know I'm interested. And you're talking about relationships. I don't even know you. The fact that Uti you know means I don't know. Nina maga niyasicaka yas. Niyasicaka because Uti I know uyangitshela phela. Mina soyangitshela. Anyways, I look got offended also by this question, but also I'm like, I kind of thought, like, not thought, but like, I'd say I kind of have an idea, but I might be wrong on who this person is. But the question is, you're the type to not reply to me. First of all, sundi boxer, sundi fage boxing within the type. Enga reply. You're the type to not reply to me. If we are Shayla, obviously I'm not gonna reply to you. Like, I'm not gonna reply to you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. Because what should I do with that information? Like, oh, I like you. Okay, and I want us to be in a relationship. Why? Shouldn't be boxer though. But if you're saying I'm not the type to reply to you, sure, let's go with that. I don't want to be rude, but okay. Do you like, you see when I say you guys ask so many questions pertaining my love life, whether I'm dating or not. But anyways, Iti, do you like anyone at the moment? No. Like, can you guys tell how bored I am of these questions? Like, okay, the next one is, why won't you notice me? Why won't you notice me? You see, now the thing is, the only time I go out of my room is if I go to campus or go to church. So Miles was, why don't I notice you? I'm like, because from campus, I go to classes. I don't have a friend in my classes. And I'm pretty sure no one in my class actually knows who I am on Instagram. Well, not who I am, but like, they can't find me. So I know it's not someone in class, but if they found my Instagram handle, then like, honestly, I just go to class, sit, pay attention, get out of class, go straight back, like go straight to my room, go back to my room. If I don't go to the library, I go back to my room. For church, I go to church, get to church, after church, meet my friends, talk to them, actually greet everyone. Well, yeah, when you're shaking hands, I greet everyone and then talk to my friends, and then I go back to my room to eat lunch. So I would see, why won't you notice me? I don't know. Like, do you go to church with me, or do you go to school with me? Like, girl who wants a friendship, because if you are, you can be friends. You won't notice me. What? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Anyways, and then the next. Oh, those are the questions. Hold on. Those are the questions. Yeah, so those are the questions. I don't know how long I've been filming for, but before I close off this vlog, I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my YouTube channel. The last time I checked, we were on 227 subscribers. And now we are on 231 subscribers. So thank you to all 231 of you guys. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for actually being like, you know what, I want to subscribe. And also a huge thank you to my subscribers from TikTok, myself for subs. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you for subscribing, engaging, supporting each other. Thank you to the WhatsApp gang, the YouTube WhatsApp gang. Thank you, my loves. Thank you for always watching, making sure that views are up. Thank you for the tips and tricks on how to improve. A huge thank you to my friends who keep on sharing my YouTube channel, who keep on helping me to promote my YouTube channel, who constantly watch and rewatch and rewatch. I can't even speak anymore. And rewatch my channels so that the views can stay up. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing.